So, Corey, first pre-season friendly, ticked off the list. Just sum up the game for me.
Typical pre-season game, really. I think, obviously, we tried a new shape first half, second half, we tried a different new shape. Yeah, I think there was a lot of tired legs out there from the last few sessions, if I'm honest with you, which obviously doesn't help, but I just think a little bit erratic at times, didn't pass the ball enough first half, and probably didn't make the most of the chances and half chances that were created. And then, yeah, second half, maybe a few tired legs. I think their goal was a good cross for the first, and then the second one, just a little bit of sloppy play, maybe tired legs. But it's all about getting the leg work in. It's obviously disappointing to lose, but yeah, it's just about getting the fitness, getting the base levels there, and just getting familiar with each other as well. There's a lot of new faces, so yeah, that's how I'd sum it up, really.
All right, so we've touched on the shape there, but let's go over the new lads that have come in. You know, Ben, Kyle, they've got a couple of minutes in the tank. How do you think they've settled in so far?
Yeah, I think the lads have settled in well. We've had 5 tough sessions, I think it is, where we've done an awful lot of running. So, yeah, I think really the gelling starts as the games come. Like now, that's when you really start to understand people's strengths, really, like how they play, especially with like Kyle. Obviously, we've had Kai as well, who's in at right back. There's Issa as well. So it's just understanding like basics, like do they want the ball to feet, do they want to spin in behind, are they looking for 1-2. So I think as you start playing, which last year you saw, it was a new team chucked together at the start of the season, and then as the season went on, we just got stronger and stronger and stronger, and I think that's because you just become more familiar with each other. But yeah, minutes in the tank, I think they've both done pretty well today as well, if you're touching on kind of those two. But I think collectively, a lot of people did well out there. I know the result maybe doesn't show that, but I think you can see glimpses. The young lads as well that have come in second half, I think they've done well, kind of in spells as well.
Yeah, again, touching on the young lads, obviously, one of whom who has signed is Dante. Played at Paget last season. They kind of struggled, but he looks like a real live wire out there.
Yeah, he's good, Dante is. He played the 10 last year and on the wing a little bit, and obviously on the deepest midfielder, so I played against him a couple of times. He's tidy, he's sharp, he's gets his foot stuck in as well. I think sometimes we young lads are a little bit kind of scared on the pitch, but him is kind of willing to take a whack, and I think kind of you have to when you're playing in that position. So he's looked really sharp in training. I thought he looked sharp today as well, and you can just see that he's quite aggressive with his press and his play, so I think he'll fit in well. I think he'll fit in really well, and he's a nice lad as well, which obviously always helps.
So Corey, obviously we had the cup draw recently as well, so we've got a familiar face for yourself in Highgate. What are your thoughts about going back to your old stomping ground?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, to be honest, when we got the cup draw. Obviously Coleshill in the FA Cup, I know you'll probably come on to that, and then Highgate. Obviously I played for Coleshill previously, like one of my good friends is the manager there as well. I know a couple of the players, so yeah, I couldn't believe it that we've had 2 draws that are kind of so close to home for me as well. In terms of Highgate, I mean, look, I played for them for several years, good people that surround the club. Not too sure what type of team they'll have. I know they had a lot of young lads last year who done well. So it'll be interesting to see what type of side they put together this year. But look, I think every game's tough regardless of who you're playing against. I think sometimes when you're the favourites going into games, it relieves the pressure of the other side, and yeah, there are upsets. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we can get kind of 2 good results against both Coleshill and Highgate. But looking forward to it. Cut runs are nice at this level. It's good to get the momentum in them. It's good to get the fans behind you and things like that. I've had a couple of good cut runs throughout my career, so yeah, it'd be nice to go as far as possible in both. We're obviously not going to win the FA Cup, but it'd be good to get as far as possible in the Vase especially.
And just again touching on the fact that you've played for both clubs that we've drew in the Cup and the Vase, so what sort of an atmosphere or ground can the fans expect if they haven't really travelled to Highgate or Coleshill before?
Nice people at both clubs. Neither get many fans, if I'm honest with you, but nice people that kind of surround Highgate, nice people that surround Coleshill. Obviously Highgate, believe it or not, has usually got quite a good football pitch. The back end of the time that I was there, it was really well looked after, probably one of the best pitches in the league, to be honest, all through the season. So it'd be good to get on grass. And then Coleshill, obviously that's an AstroTurf. I think they'll both be tough games. Coleshill have put a decent side together this year. They've obviously been an established side in Step 4 for kind of the last few years or so now, and I know that they've got aspirations to be kind of getting playoffs and be nearing the top of the table. So there'll be good tests for us both, and the grounds are nice and the people are nice there.
And just finally, Tuesday night, it's going to be a big fixture. I know we're trying to drum up some support as we welcome Brackley and a few familiar faces from the former club as well. What are your thoughts ahead of that one?
I think it'll be tough. Clearly it goes whether they play a strong team, whether they play trialists, like obviously the several leagues above us. But I think you need good tests like that in pre-season. I think you'd rather run around chasing them, if I'm being honest, than running around chasing poles, as long as we don't get an absolute drumming, because that won't be good for anyone's confidence. But I think it'll be tough, but I think it'll just help us going into the season when you're playing the tougher games, when you may be down to 10 men and stuff like that. It's just about keeping shape, limiting the space that they can play in, tracking runners, things like that, and just kind of staying switched on. I think that's the big thing. But also, which we didn't do enough today off, is keeping the ball and getting your breather. Otherwise, if you keep giving it them back, then you just never get a breather. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm sure there'll be a few there as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, of course, cheers for your time, buddy.
No worries,
and all the
mate.
rest for pre-season.
Cheers.